Okay, yeah, yeah, good. So now, everyone, so welcome to Introduction to JavaScript. So for this week, we'll be covering the topic on what is JavaScript, why JavaScript, including JavaScript in HTML, LO exempting scripts, and JavaScript comments. Though there's still some advanced we go through, but for today, this is what we cover. So now, what is JavaScript? So basically, JavaScript is created by Netscape. So Netscape, there are some organizations that created the language JavaScript, which is started by a branch each, which is developer that bring to the birth of the language. So Netscape is actually the Firefox of today, but that's their name they started with. So now, originally, JavaScript is called LiveWire before it now changed to what is called LiveScript. So another thing is JavaScript is a client-side scripting language. So what does that mean? Client-side refers to the fact that it is executed in the client, that means the software, which is the browser that the viewer is using. In the case of JavaScript, the client is the browser. That's what I said. So another thing is a server-side language is one that runs on a web server. So we have client-side language. We also have a server-side language. So JavaScript is a client-side language, but nowadays, because of the advent of modern technologies, advent of more library of JavaScript now works on both client-side and the server-side. We get to that during the course of this class. So another thing is JavaScript is interpreted on the fly by the client. So what does this mean? This means that each line of code of JavaScript is processed as it is loaded in the browser. Are we getting it?
Yes.
Are we getting it? Or I'm speaking one foreign language that we are not understanding? Okay. But are we actually getting Mr. Francis? Is he sounding Greekish or okay? Cool, that's cool. So should I continue or I should come again? Okay, no problem. So should I continue or I should come again or I should come again? Mr. Sunday, are you getting it? Mr. Marve, are you getting what we are discussing tonight? No, you get it. Just don't worry, you get it. Oh wow. So okay, guys, hello everyone. I want everyone to show their camera. Everyone, turn on your camera, everyone. I want to turn on your camera, everyone. Everyone, turn on your camera. You know why? Because that's how you're able to. The attention will be grabbed because you know that my camera is on, and I'm doing something. So that will make you to not get distracted or to be doing something else while the class is going on. So please, everyone, do you mind turning on your camera? Mr. Francis, how does that? What happened? Is this something we can quickly fix? Why? Okay. Okay. So we'll be giving Mr. Francis only the grace, but everyone, please let's turn on our camera. We are waiting, Mr. Said. Okay, cool. So can we continue now? Can we continue? Okay, cool. So now another thing is JavaScript is not Java. So what does that mean? JavaScript is a completely different type of language that just happens to be similarly named Java and JavaScript. So you may be kind of confused, is JavaScript also Java, or what is the difference between the two? So JavaScript programs are interpreted in a browser. That's one of the difference. And Java programs are compiled and can be run as a standalone application. Anyone getting that? Okay. So now let's continue. So why JavaScript? So okay, JavaScript, it's easier to learn than most programming language. Yes, because you can easily use your text editor and your browser to start learning what's JavaScript and start using it. And also it allows you to make interactive web pages using JavaScript, and it can be fun. That's one of another aspect of JavaScript. So then let's continue. So now including JavaScript in HTML. Two ways to add JavaScript to a web page. One, we use the script tag, which is the open and closing tags of the script. Another is we include the script in an external file, just like we included our style sheet. So now initially we only use the script tag to include our JavaScript on our web page. Do you get that? Okay, cool. So now, hello world. So now, I don't know if anyone has, like, if you have any idea or you have come across like people saying, whenever you see any program, what it just is hello world, hello this, hello that, hello this. So have you kind of noticed something like that before? Like people just start program and what they write is hello world, hello that. So for our JavaScript program, we'll be writing our first hello world. Yay! So now, let's go back to the slide. So now, hello world. Typically, in any programming language, the first example you learn is to display the hello world. So we are going to take a look at a hello world example and then examine all of these parts. So now let's go into that. So now you can see on our screen we have a. I know you already understand what this is. This is HTML markup language. We have the head, we have the body, and you can see it's kind of something reddish inside the head. I don't know, you may be wondering what is this. It may be strange, it may not be strange, but that is our JavaScript in action. So now let's do that. So now I'll be opening my text editor to code our first hello world using JavaScript. Are you already with me? Yes, you okay, yes, Mr. Sai, you can type with me yes, you can. You can follow along as I'm coding mine. Yeah. That would be cool. So that you won't have any error. Maybe I did something and you are wondering, well, this thing is not working. Why is it working for him? So I would like you to code along. Yes. You can open up your Visual Studio Code, your Sublime, or even if you have your ID, you can open it. Let's code. Yes, we are doing our first Let's say our first official programming language per se, because we'll be using JavaScript to do tons of functionality. So now let's open our I'll be showing you guys my Visual Studio right now. Okay, so here we go. Let me remove all this and create a new page. So now currently I will create a new page which is HTML with JS. So JS is short for JavaScript. So now I have my markup. So I use emmet to generate a boilerplate for HTML5. So cool. So the title of our web page will be HTML. It will be hello world. We are writing our hello world. So now that's cool. So now, first of all, we'll be using the embedded including of our JavaScript on the web page, on our web page. Yeah, we're embedding it, meaning that we're writing our JavaScript inside our HTML code. So after I show you that, we now use external file to include our JavaScript. So now follow me along. So now first of all, I say in our body, that's where we have our JavaScript. So now to be able to have our JavaScript to work, okay, first of all, let me open this page in a browser so that you see what we have here. It will be a dummy page which is nothing on it. Mr. Said, I'm not getting that. What do you say when you write that? No, I use MS Live to generate the code. That's what I use. So now, this our blank code, like blank structure code, nothing on it. And now, let's use JavaScript to make something happen. So now, this is my code editor. So to include JavaScript, I use the script tag. This is it. So now use JavaScript to write something on the web page. There is a JavaScript function called document. So now, what's the document? Document is like the web page or the browser page. Like you seeing this blank space. This is a document, a empty document which nothing is on it. Now, if you want to do anything on the document, you write. I don't know if you're getting that. You write something on the documents. Maybe you want to draw, you draw on the documents. Like, I don't know if anyone is getting what I'm trying to bring out. Like, you have a document, you write with it, with maybe, like, say you have a blank A4 paper, which is your document, or you have your Microsoft Word, you type stuff on it. You write stuff on it using your keyboard to write on it. So now, in JavaScript, there is everything on our web page is called documents. So in JavaScript, there is a function called document.write. So what does document.write does? Document.write is what we use to write on a document. Like it's even kind of self-explanatory, meaning that on our document we are writing something on it. Anyone getting that? Do you have any question about that before I show us what I'm trying to explain? Okay, so now cool. Now let me now show you. So now I say document dot write. So in document dot write, document is the body of our web page. Now dot write is the function. So in the function document dot write, anything you say write, that means you want to write something in it. You're writing something. So now using this document dot write right now, I want to write something on our web page using JavaScript, not using our HTML code language, not using the tags, the p tag, using the h1 tag. So in order for me to do that, I'll use this function called write. So why isn't it having this bracket? So anything you see with bracket like this, document.write means, okay, actually I use, oh wow, so I thought you guys are guessing it. I use emmet, I use HTML5, HTML semicolon 5, and I use my tab to generate it. Do you get? Do you get it now, everyone? Mr. Sunday, also you can do that in Sublime when you have your emmet installed. Are we getting it? Do we get it? So the documents, no, the title now will be, okay, again, Mr. Aliu. Mr. Aliu, kindly put on your camera, please. So we use, I said HTML:5. Can you see that in my Visual Studio is already giving me emmet abbreviation? So I can click on it and it generates it for me, or I can just write it. And I use tab. I press tab to auto generate it for me. Do you get that now? Okay, that's cool. So now in the title of our web page will be hello world. So now, as I was saying, you want to use JavaScript to write something on our web page. First of all, we use the script tag. So in the script tag, I was explaining, I said everything on our web page is a document. So whenever I want to do anything on a document, maybe you want to write, you use write. We write with a pen or we write with our keyboard, and it's being displayed on the documents. Are we getting that? So now in JavaScript, there's a function that does that for us, which is called write. So now documents, which is the body of our page, and there's write. So write, as I was saying, anytime you see anything like this, write with a open and closing bracket like this. This is a function. We'll get to that. Writing a function in our writing a function. So creating a function, having our own divine function using the inbuilt JavaScript function. So now in this document, let's try to now write something on our web page. Let's write our hello world, which is the first official language of any program. So now let's say hello world. So you may be wondering what is going on right now. So what is actually going on right now is one. Okay, now let's go to the page so that you can see we have hello world. That means we have used the function to write something on our document, which is our web page. Are we all seeing that? So that's cool. So now let me now explain what is going on right now. So what is going on is, in this document.write, this write is a function. So this text in it, this is a string. We call this string. So in order to make this a string, I use these quotes. I don't know if you can see all these quotes, if you guys can see these quotes. So the string or the text of what I want to write must be in a quotes. It must be in a opening and closing quotes before that thing can work. I don't know if anyone is getting that. Are we getting that? So I have to put the text in a quote for it to be displayed on the web browser, which is this. So now we just write our first JavaScript on our web page. So do we get that? Have you tried to test it out? Anyone? Can you show me? Have you tried it? Okay, cool, Mr. Said. What's Mr. Sunday saying? He said something like invented, comma. I don't get what I. Okay, now, sorry, I'm supposed to explain something. So now, can you see this? This what's it called? This semicolon.
Yeah.
This semicolon I highlight. I use it to terminate the code. Yeah. I use the semicolon to terminate the code. Why? Is because if I don't use the semicolon, our program will just be in a loop, meaning it will just be continuous looping on you, like taking memory of our system or taking memory of your client's browser, and your clients will just be like, why is my phone kind of hanging, or why is it kind of overheating? So it's because I have to terminate whatever I write. So in order to, like, after writing this hello world on the document on the page, nothing is happening again. And if I should open my cursor, nothing is also happening. But if I should remove the semicolon, let's see what is going on. Actually nothing, but something's actually happened because your memory is being, you have a memory leak using, without using the semicolon. Do you get that? Okay, cool. Okay, Mr. Sunday, what are you trying to say? So, Mr. Francis, have you been able to try it out? Hope it's working. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. What about Mr. Sunday? Marvel, are you getting what we are explaining?
How do you try it out? Yeah, so that I can
Okay, we are waiting. We are waiting for you so that I want to everyone to be carrying along with it before we continue with the next one. Because okay, cool. Because there's a bug I will show you guys next, that you have to find the bug in the code. So you have to. So Mr. Sunday, are you cool with that? Wow, Mr. Aliu, are you getting it? Oh, no problem. You can.
Who are you using to try it out? Text the details like sodium and
What do you say?
video. Video. Yes.
I'm not getting it. You say right is not presenting in browser. Okay.
Visual Studio Code and sodium.
You said, yeah.
What's the reason?
What's wrong with the MS Live, Mr. Said? Oh, no. In order for you to present this on the web browser, I used the extension called Live Server. So it's an extension that I used to create a server, which it created this for me. You can see I have 1.127.00. This is like a local server for me, which I used to create it. Do you get that? Do you get that, Mr. Said? Okay, cool. So now, are you through with it, Mr. Francis? Okay, Mr. Francis says it's true. Mr. Sunday, Mr. Said, so that we can continue. Okay. So. Now let's continue. So now, since we are through with writing hello word in our language, so the next one is, so now, like what we have already done, hello world, blah blah blah. So now the script tag. So now this script tag, the code for the script is contained in the script, meaning that our code is written inside the opening and closing tag of our script tag. Okay, so now another thing is we can hide JavaScript from other browser, meaning that some browser do not support JavaScript. We have some browser that doesn't support JavaScript, like we have IE, which is Internet Explorer, that doesn't support JavaScript, and some other browser like Lynch and other one. Another is we need to tell those browsers to ignore what is in the script tag. So what does this mean? That there's like nowadays most web browser maybe we develop it to maybe React, which is like I JavaScript. So there's a browser that cannot display it. So what we do is to tell the browser to ignore what is inside the script tag and continue with the other markup language or other things. So now explaining the what we use to display the text. So the document.write function method writes a string of text to the browser, just like we have tested it out and we have seen. What is it displaying, Mr. Sunday? Can you share your screen with us? Okay, you want to write that? Okay, sorry, let me close the means. So, Mr. Sunday, okay, can you share your screen so that we can see what you're having issue with? Welcome, Miss Rukaya. We are waiting for you, Mr. Sunday, actually. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So now let's see your Visual Studio. Let's see your Visual Studio. Okay. No. It won't work like this. It won't work. That's why I say anything you want to write must be in the script tag. So first of all, you have to use a script tag. So type script and use tab. Yeah. So anything you want to write must be inside that script tag. Open it, press enter. Okay, now so write document.write and whatever you want to in it. So now write whatever you want. You can write your name. You say my name is Mr. Sunday of IBM, Governor of CBN. Yeah, yeah. So save it and go to the live browser, the live that is. So can you see that? So are you cool with that now? Okay, Mr. Said, that's cool. Wow. And so how far are you getting in touch with them, or have you started anything with them? No, actually, saying cybersecurity does not mean it's hacking, Mr. Francis. It can be an ethical hacker, which is finding security loop in web apps or desktop app. So it can be the good side of the hacking. It doesn't have to be the bad side. Okay, that's cool. Wow. Yes, sir. Yeah. We have ethical hacking. Ethical hacking is when you become a hacker whereby you find security loop or vulnerable in web app, desktop apps. That's another course on its own. Though I'm, like I told you earlier, I'm kind of a Facebook bug hunter, so I do a little of that. So now guys, let's continue with the class. This is not time for cyber security. So now, displaying text. This document.write method writes a string of text to the browser. So like as we have practiced and did, this writes a text on which is hello world. Now explaining it, document.write. We say we have document.write and we have the text in it which is enclosed in quotes, which is denoted as string. Hello world is the string and must be enclosed in quotes, and we end it with a semicolon. So now comments in JavaScript. So like what is comments? Comments is like telling other developer or telling your future self that this is what this code is working, or this is what this code is about. So now in JavaScript there is two types of comments. We have single line comments which use 2// that means 2// and multiple line comments which use this just like in CSS. So now should I give an example or you try it and tell me what's going on? So I want everyone to put comments on each, and I want everyone to put comments in their code. And yeah, exactly, comment means this code is not running or don't run this code, or just giving an instruction on how to run the code. So everyone to give me to comment on each and every of their code and show me. Miss Omawumi, welcome to the class today. How are you doing? So like I want everyone to on their camera, so we like to see your beautiful face. Yeah, you're welcome. So on your camera so that we can see that beautiful and lovely face. And Mr. Aliu. Okay, that's cool. Thank you for that. So now everyone, have you tried putting comments in your code, and can you show me using either this single line comments or multiple line comments? Okay. Oh yes, and you can still show us your face now. That's handsome face, Mr. Liu. Yeah, sure. You can present when you are ready. You can present, Mr. Liu, Mr. Francis, Ms. Rukaya. We are discussing JavaScript today. Okay, no problem. What about Ms. Omawumi? So anyone ready to present to us? Okay, Mr. Said is presenting. Okay. Oh. Okay, uh, currently now there is an issue with the code, Mr. Said. So the issue actually is one, you are hiding the JavaScript on the browser, which is using the angle brackets you first put in place. So you are hiding the JavaScript from your browser. Though it's fine for other browser for now, it's fine. And the comments you get the comments, but why it's not showing the effect is because the what you put in place before. Yeah, if you can remove those angle brackets, what I mean, do you get it? No, the angle bracket. No, 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 not that one, not that one. Control Z. The angle brackets are the first and the last tag. Yeah, remove it. Remove it. Remove everything. Yeah, okay. Remove the second one too. Okay, now cool. just trying. Okay. Okay, do you know what? Save the code and run it. Let's see what's happening. No, you don't need to just right click and click on open in browser or open with live server. Open with live server. What is saying? Okay, no problem about it. Okay, just right click on click open in browser with that. Can you find open in browser? Oh, what's going on there? Wait, are you currently running live server? No, yeah, you are currently running it. You know what? Go to your file explorer. These two file icon here. No, this one by the side, this sidebar. No, the first one. Yeah, open it. Click on it. Okay, that means okay. You need to actually run your code from a folder. Can you do that? Click on open a folder or create a folder to do that. You know, desktop is not a folder, so you have to create a kind of a folder, maybe a new folder on the desktop, so that you can put the code in it. Yeah. So now click on save. Click on select. No, click on select folder. Have you? Hello, what's going on? Click on select folder. Yeah, click on open folder. Click on select folder. Click on select folder. Okay, yeah. Okay, cool. So now open the code. No, this index.html. Just click on it. Okay, cool. So now right click on it and click on open with live server. Okay, so now it will open your browser for you to display it. So that's it. Let's see, is it working? It's not working because there's an issue with it. So now let's go. Okay, you know what? Press Ctrl Shift I on your keyboard so that we see the what's good. Yeah. So you open your cursor. Click on cursor. So you can use it as it says failed to load resources. The server responded with a status of 404. Okay, that does not even mean. Now go back to your live. Go back to your yeah. So now what's going on? Why is it not working? So you know what? Delete the first comment you put at the. Yeah, delete the first comment. Let's say something. The last comment to delete it. Let's say something. So click on save. Okay. Yeah, nothing's happening. So go back to the code. You know what? That's script type. Can you remove the script type? Let me see something if it's what is causing it. Yes, that's what is causing it. Hello, Mr. Said. Yeah, remove that script type. Delete everything in it or change it. No, just do the correction in it. It's supposed to be JavaScript. You write JavaScript. Put R. Yeah. Now save. Ctrl S. Just press Ctrl S. So can you see that it's working now? Okay, that's cool. Yeah, it's a mistake. Yeah, that's what causes bug. That's the little mistake you have. You be like, you're cracking your head up and down, not knowing that it's just a typo error. That's the fun part of being a developer. So anyone also have any issue with their code? No, if you have comments, it's yeah, it just be in the code. So you can apply your comments right now. If you apply comments, it won't show in the browser. But if you tell your future self or your other developer, if you are collaborating, that this is a comment or what this code is working or what this code is all about. So can you see that? Okay, good. So Mr. Sunday, any other person having issue? Mr. Francis, can we also see? Can you also present for us? Can we see what you have? So anyone having any issue? Should we continue in the class? Okay. So those are the two types of comments. Or as comments in JavaScript. So like we have single line comments. We also have multiple line comments. I hope you can also see this. So now I have a task for every one of you. So this code has a bug. Can you find the bug? Like, can you find the bug and test it in your code editor? Find the bug and solve it. Anyone? So can you do it again, Mr. Francis and everyone? I've actually been waiting for you guys like to try to chat me up or send me a message of what you are not getting, but I'm not getting that yet. So I'm having the feeling that there's no issue. So that's the attendance for today. Please make sure to fill it. So I'm waiting, we're waiting. Oh, Miss Omo, Miss Java, wow. So can I don't know? Let me answer Mr. Omo. So can someone please explain to Miss Omomi the difference between Java and JavaScript because she's missing it up here right now. So can someone please do the sacrifice of explaining it to her? She said she got in there and don't know how to get Java on it. So can someone explain what we are running? It's not Java and it's JavaScript. Can someone do that? Or I should explain to her? What do you think? So, Mr. Francis, you say it should be empty. What are you trying to say? What should be empty? Yes, yeah, like when you run the code, maybe if that's what you mean. If you run the code, I want you if it should just yes. So it will be empty. So, but I want you to now show me your cursor. If you want to access cursor, to access your cursor on your browser, use Control plus Shift plus I. So if you open to access the cursor, you open Control plus Shift I. So when you now get to the cursor part, that's where we now tell you what the problem is all about, what is going on. So that's when we know that okay, the 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 bug is this and that, is this and that. But we soon get to that part where we show us how to debug effectively. So do you get that, Mr. Francis, right now? So anyone presenting for us? So anyone has no one has yet tell me some more with me what's the difference. So let me just do the that. Let me do that. So now this is it. We say JavaScript is not Java, and JavaScript is completely different types of language that just happen to be similarly named Java and JavaScript. So now JavaScript programs are interpreted in a browser, while Java programs are compiled and can be run as standalone program. So do you get that now, Miss Amawumi? So the difference is Java, a Java file you use, or a Java program you use some kind of maybe Nesbin, Eclipse, or Visual Studio itself, the Visual Studio, to run it, and the extension has to be .java or .class. That's for Java. But for JavaScript extension is .js. I don't know if anyone is getting that. Mr. Mawumi, are you getting that? Mr. Mawumi, do you get? Okay, cool. So now just open your now to be able to include JavaScript in your web page. You use the script tag. So just let me just create a free back. So now to include JavaScript on your HTML page or HTML document, one, you use the script tag. Another is you use the script tag. You use the external file, which you save the file as .js. So now let me show us the bug, and let me provide the fix. Should I, or you are trying it out already? Should I show us the bug, fix it, or you are already doing that? I don't need to. Yeah, just show us the results. Okay, Mr. Francis, I will see show us. Okay, no, you know what to save. That's also okay. Okay. You know what to save us time. Let me just do the work. So I will show you my code editor. So this is my code editor right now. So now this is the script. You can even notice that in my code editor is kind of giving some underline, kind of telling that something is going on here, guys. So you can see like, okay, yeah. So if you hover on it, it will tell you what's going on. You say expression expected. Okay. So now let's do the running on the browser and let's see what's going on. So now on my browser, so see the error I get, see the cursor I told you. It said uncaught syntax error, invalid or unexpected token. So that means that something is wrong, like we have a syntax error in our code. That's why this code is not running, is not functioning. So in order to fix that, let's go back to the code and try to examine it. Though we already know the error, that we already know the bug, but let's see it together. So you can see that this is my JavaScript comments. The comments supposed to end with the slash, but it doesn't. So that's why. So if I save now and I go back to the page, so let me share you the page again. So you can see now the code is now working fine and we don't have any cursor error. So do we get that now? Do we get that? Okay, cool. Okay. So that's that. So that's that for tonight on JavaScript. So I just give us this brief introduction on JavaScript, writing our first code. So tomorrow we go more into in-depth of JavaScript, like creating a variable, writing a function, the inbuilt function, how to create a function, how to create a variable, the name you should use when creating a variable, the name you are not to use when creating a variable, and tomorrow we make some kind of interaction on our web page. Maybe create a kind of form input whereby we submit kind of input elements and we get the response. Yes. Yeah, tonight I will send a practice assignment. I like for everyone. We send lot of bugs. Just expect it. So Mr. Francis, make sure to get lot of raid so that you can kill lot of bugs tonight. I'm sending bugs tonight. So make sure to get a lot of raid. Okay, Mr. Francis, say how do we connect a database at the back end? Uh, okay. I will show you guys a little of how to do that. Yeah, Mr. Rukaya. Yes, the design is a bug night. Like I will send us a lot of bug issue codes and you must fix it. So anyone have any question before we call it a day? So someone is asking what's a box for. So bugs are actually the error, kind of maybe syntax error or semantic error or runtime error you have in your program when it's running, before it run, or as it is running. So they are bugs. They are the error that we call bugs. So but when we get to debugging class, we know what bugs actually are. So anyone have any question before we call it today tonight, or we have anything you think you need more clarification on? Can we bring it up for everyone to contribute or to see and we discuss it? Or you have been trying to run your code since and it's not running? Can you show it to us and let us sort it out before we call it a day? Because the assignments, please, I want us to turn it. I want us to. Okay, show us the remaining bug. Okay, like this is it. Let me do that. Now, this is the code, and the bug before this is not having the black backslash is supposed to, and it's now running. Okay, I'll get to that, Mr. Said. So it's now running, like it's not running on our browser. So it's telling us that there's a syntax error on our browser. So in order to do that, now this one is even a bug which has to do with the comments. You may have to do like Mr. Said has a bug whereby he, instead of writing JavaScript, write JavaScript, and if you even notice, the code is not showing what it's supposed to. It's supposed to show kind of color, the color change. Thank you for that. The color is supposed to change, but you notice that everything is just plain white. So this is kind of a semantic error. Like this is what this code is supposed to do, but it's not doing it. So you already know. You have to now think, okay, what am I getting wrong? So that is when you need to now check your test, your syntax. Like, okay, what is it that I did not write properly that is giving me the error? Okay, now let's say even say for instance, this script is correct. Now the color is alright. Now let's say in the document I omit E and I save. Do you think this code will run? Anyone? Do you think? Okay, let's see it on our browser. Let me see that in our browser. Can you see that? See the error it gave? It's a uncut reference error. It said document is not defined. Document is not defined. So what is document? Like let's say now let me use cursor bracket types of documents. Okay, sorry, I supposed to use cursor.log types of documents. It said console.log type of document. Type of document, what means, what is document? So I'm trying to use my cursor on the browser, like what is happening, what is this? So it's telling me that document is undefined, meaning that undefined means something is empty. No, I will still get to that tomorrow. I will explain each and every one of these. So now let's say now I solve it. I put back the E and I put back the E. Can you see that the error disappear? Now let me now use that cursor back, cursor.log that type of document now. Can you see now? It's not telling me now type of document is object, because our window here is an object. What we are writing on is an object. So now let me now go a little further. Let me say console.log slash types of document.write. Type of document.write is undefined because nothing like that is on our web page. And you see everything disappear. You know why everything disappear? Because I enclosed document.write. I did not put any string in it. That is why everything disappear, because this is a document on its own. This is a document. So now let me now go back and put a test. Now let me say I am cyber security experts call Said, and let me now run. Can you see that I have write on a page, but it's still telling me now here that document is undefined. I don't know where anyone is guessing that. Which error message you say you can't find? Which error message you can't see? Mr. Said and Ms. Omawumi, which one are you saying you can't see on your screen? Which error message is that? Okay, oh sorry, you can't see this. Oh, is it too tiny or can you see it now? Okay, let me show you my Mr. Sandra. I'll show you the Visual Studio. Can you see this? Can you see my Visual Studio? Good. Okay, now let me show the page again. Can you all see this? Can we see this? Can we see this page? Okay, cool. So now what I was explaining, like, you know, on inside this bug I omit E, and on the web page it tells us on count reference error that document or whatever those means that is not defined. So now I'm not trying to get what is the type of that document using a function, a method in JavaScript, which is type of that document we have on our web page. So what is the type? It's undefined because nothing is in it. So now if I now go back to my code and write it back, I'll see that everything worked fine. Yeah. So now let's say, for instance, okay, let me remove this E and document.write. You can see another thing saying on cut type error, document.write, which we are omitting I, is not a function, meaning that the function write is not found. It's not, you can't find it. Are we getting that? Okay, cool. So now if I should now fix it and save back, it will now show us. So now I was trying to show you guys a kind of a function on a browser which I use cursor dot log and type of document.write to change everything on the web page. Like if I put empty document.write, you will find out that everything on our web page will disappear because nothing is. I'm putting an empty string in document.write. That's why nothing is being displayed. Now let's say and I go back and I put something in it. Let's say I am Insta Robot and I run it. You see that something is being displayed. So on my cursor, I can easily manipulate whatever I have. This because this is a document which I explained earlier. Like this is a document. We write on it. Now let me give us another JavaScript function. There is something called alert. Let me do that in the instead of using this document.write, I can use another function which is called alert. So what alert does is alert like tell a user what is going on or what is we are running. Let me delete this code since we are not using it again. Now we have hello world which is written on a web page. So now I want to have another one that it will alert everyone that fills this code that hello world. So now there's a function called alert in what's called in JavaScript, whereby I will enclose anything I want to alert user on. So now I will write a function alert whatever the message I want to pass on. So maybe the message I want is hello developer, how are you doing? And I save. So you can see in my browser something saying hello developer, how are you doing? Do we get that? So that's another function, inbuilt function of JavaScript. So there's another inbuilt function called prompt. So now let me do some kind of it's not trick, but it's kind of let me just draw some kind of code right now. So let me first of all create a user. Let me say variable username. Okay, wait. Let me think of something. Is prompt. So now let me say variable message. Let me now say alert username plus message. Okay, you know what? Let me use the message tool to be prompt. So prompt is like getting the user inputs. So now let me run this code and see what is going on. Okay, let me say hello. So now let me run this code. First of all, you prompt me for. Okay, let me make it. Okay, let me just do this. Let me say my name is Tim, and it's asking the message developer. It's not saying hello. Oh, the message is not getting properly. It's supposed to be hello developer. So let me try it again. What do you say? What is it, Mr. Said? I'm not hearing you. No, let me. I should add. Uh, I'm not getting that, but I think I found the issue right now. Like you said, I don't know if what that you are saying. Now, okay, I'm coming. Okay, Mr. Said. Okay. What are we trying? Okay, what I'm trying to do is like showing you how, like, I want to present how maybe you go to like a website and you log in and the website display okay, hello Rukaya, hello Said when you log into the web page. So kind of personalification stuff. That's what I just want to display to us. Do you get it now? Okay, now let me just use simple write to do that. Instead of alerts, let me use document.write username plus message. Can you see that? Can you see that? Okay, sorry. This, can we see this? There's no space in between it. But can we see it say hello team developer? So that's kind of stuff. But tomorrow we will explain more on that. That's just kind of silly practice. So are we getting that? So now, Mr. Said, back to your question. You said, okay, do we need coding in chief cybersecurity officer or analyst? Oh yes, as a cybersecurity officer, you need to know your Python very well, like because Python, as cybersecurity, you do mostly with network, and maybe for other some web stuff like maybe JavaScript too, but you need more of Python because that's when you use more of scripting, automation. Python is your best guide. Also for analysts, Python you also use Python. You also use that's when we use all this. You have to study data of able to analyze data. Yeah, C++ too. Yeah, but as a cybersecurity officer, as a analyst, you need Python. Like Python is they are all Python is the root for it. I hope I answer your question. I'm able to answer your question, or if you need more clarification, I can provide you that. That stuff. Oh. So any other question? So any other question before we call it a day tonight, Mr. Francis, Miss Omawumi, Miss Rukaya, welcome back, Mr. Aliu, Mr. Said. Where's again? Jeez. Okay, no Python is Mr. Said. Python is actually the most easiest language to learn. Like it's even easier than this JavaScript. It's very easier, but what Python has is it has to is what's it called? It's treats with white space. Yes, exactly. So okay, you say how to connect to the backend, Mr. Francis. You see, we do things one we do things one step at a time. Or how would I say that? So we do things one step at a time. So we will get that part later. How we can connect to database, but that way we just be brief, brief, brief stuff. So Mr. Francis says Python is super. Yeah, he's super. I'm not smart, but I can understand Python. Okay. Yeah, Miss Ruka. Yeah, Python is very easy. Like, oh god, it's actually easier. Ask Mr. Said. Python is easy. He's trying to be humble with it. It's easy. I mean, Mr. Francis, am I lying? Python is easy now. It's just ABC writing English, like just like writing English. Mr. Said, no, he's just trying to make us look like he's boss in Python. No, don't mind him. Oh. Don't worry, Mr. Francis will give us a lecture on Python one of these days. But Mr. Said is just trying to whine us. Python like if you see the Python he used to code his rockets, oh my gosh, you'll be wow. He built a countdown, he built one divisible function like that he showed me. I was like, wow, you are really a genius. So Mr. Ruka, your Python is actually easier to learn, to code because it's just like you are writing your normal English language on your Python's IDE. But if you want a kind of a crash course on it, I can take you guys. Or Mr. Francis will do justice for that. Mr. Francis, what do you think? Okay, that would be cool then. So, Mr. Francis, what do you think? People are already we are already yelling you, Mr. Francis, come and teach us Python, Mr. Francis. So, what do you say? What do you say? Don't let this all our yelling go in vain. Oh, Mr. Francis, don't give us that. Don't give us that. So don't give us that. Don't give us that. Mr. Said, so don't give us that. Don't give us that. We can't take that. Teach us Python, Mr. Francis. Teach us Python. We want to learn from you, Miss Rukaya, me, Mr. Sunday, Mr. Mawumi. Everyone wants to learn from you, Mr. Francis. And also Mr. Said too. You too will teach us. You teach us Python. That is easy and it's very easy. Just blah 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 div blah 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 blah. Your code is running. Have you alive, Mr. Francis or Mr. Said?
Ah!
Oh. So thanks to everyone for today. Everyone is really awesome. Okay, Mr. Mo, we say one day you will soon build 3 of those campuses you born when you begin to launch your. Wow. Okay. So everyone, thanks you for your time. Thanks you for every of your participation in today's class. I hope to see you in class tomorrow. And please don't let us come late to the class. Tomorrow, just like tomorrow. Okay, make sure to check your Google Classroom. I will drop assignment. And I think Mr. Francis is not getting the assignments. Okay, the attendance. I've shared the attendance in Mr. Liu. Well, let me share it again. Yeah, Mr. Francis, we are told Mr. Ruka said you should teach us Python now. So you have to. So for the assignment, I will send the assignment out and I also send the what's it called? The Google Classroom on the WhatsApp so that you guys can easily check it. And also I said earlier that for people that are not able to get the tutorial of our previous class, I will do the justice tonight by sending to each and every one of us personally to our WhatsApp tonight. God help me. Oh. Wow. Seriously, Mr. Said? Wow, that's massive. Oh my god. Wow. So how are you able to go past this police arrest and all that? Like they not say you intentionally did this or you don't you can't you go to a testing site before you do such? Yes, Mr. Omawumi, yes. Wow, that's thanks. That's amen. Yes, Mr. Said, you will launch the rocket and they will go smoothly and will not crash. I'm very soon be hearing side S. Oh, what do you think? We'll very soon be streaming your launch on YouTube on different platforms, even on CNN. Oh, wow, that's that's something.